I don't know exactly how I'm gonna do this because I didn't think about it. I ain't been recording nothing on it, but got an F-150. It's a 1990 F-150 with a 302. It's 4-wheel drive. It's got these on it. Some Wranglers on the back and everything. We'll be changing out these for some bullet hole ones. I just got them cleaned up. I've also already started cleaning the underneath a little bit. Got some hammered paint on there, make it look a little better. We'll do this side. I've put wheel bearings in that side, done the brakes on this side, replaced the throttle position sensor, the map sensor, and I can't remember for the life of me what this thing is called, but replaced it too. It's on the throttle body as well. So I've been doing some work to it. Everything I've done. I don't know if I'll be able to get in here and see. Done got this side cleaned up. I've got a shock on that side. I've got more to do on like the underneath and everything, and then I've got undercoating down along the frame. Sanded it up a little bit. I plan on kind of just doing this hammered color under all the fender wells, and then for the rest of it just do this little bit of undercoating, clean it up a little bit, try to keep it from rusting. But I plan on probably building this thing eventually, getting it repainted. The bed's pretty much shot. It's got rust in the fenders. But this is going to be the new project. I actually got rid of my dirt bike. That way I could buy me a truck. And ended up going with this one. And I got retail out of my dirt bike, so I didn't do too bad. I also sold the Assassinators off the Can-Am. I wasn't really wanting to do that, but I thought I was going to get another truck, and I ended up not getting that one, and I found this one, so I had some extra money left over, so I've been trying to upgrade it a little bit. I've actually had these rims since I was 17, and they've just been sitting, so they actually cleaned up pretty well for it. I'm going to take this tire off, just bolt that rim up, see what it looks like, see if I'm going to like it or not. Also, I'll clean up out from under here. It's all rusty and crappy looking. I'll get started on that. As you can see, it's quite the mess under here. But overall, it's kind of good. Oh yeah, I forgot. This brake line's been replaced as well. It's one of the things that's been done so far. I'm gonna clean all of this up the best I can. I may kind of like roughly sand it for now because I don't have nothing to go back over it. Time being, you can see my dust covers they about had it. I may replace those eventually. I know for sure I gotta replace this shock. Clean all this up to kind of prevent it from getting worse. Check and see if everything's still good. And I don't know if this caliper is doing like it should. It's kind of iffy. Whenever I go to stop, I can kind of hear this side kind of like grabbing more or grunting or like maybe hitting a rough spot or something. Or maybe it's not releasing quick enough. So I may be replacing the caliper. But it's getting plenty of fluid to it and everything, so I don't exactly know what the problem is. I haven't dug into it yet. But we'll get this cleaned up. We'll put this one on here to see how it looks. So I didn't really record while I was doing it, but took that more aggressive tire off of that side and I'm switching them out. putting this one over there because I got a roaring over there from this side, and I changed the wheel bearing. That wheel bearing was bad, and I thought that was my roaring, but changed the wheel bearing. It still has slight roaring, or roaring, not warring. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But this tread is more aggressive than this, so maybe that's all that it is. So I'm switching it to this side. I'm gonna put this one on that side whenever I put everything back together. But the sketchy part is, I don't know if the camera's picking that up, but that jack is only on 3 wheels. And as I was jacking it up, it tried to scoot, so I put some blocks under there. I got some jacks just in case it falls, and I got it on that tire in case it falls. But I'm gonna go ahead and slap this back on there, set it down, lift that side back up, clean that side up, put this tire on there, and then eventually I'll get those rims put on. I'll probably go with this tire here over the Wranglers. Alright, I've got it cleaned up, kind of roughed up under here. We're gonna wait till we get a shock, and I might go ahead and do these brake pads while I'm here. Yeah, I'll probably go ahead and do these brake pads, wait till I get a shock, and then coat all this and get it cleaned up real good, because once I get that shock out, I can actually get back there behind everything, clean it up really good. So I'm gonna replace these brake pads real quick. I'm gonna slap that tire back on, and then depending on if it works tomorrow, the TV cable or detank cable, however you say it, is needing adjusting or replaced on this, because when I got it, the transmission shifted really hard, and I was just trying to figure out, you know, why it shifts hard and everything. This is how the other side's gonna look. I got a new shock, and I may be taking it to a transmission shop tomorrow to see what they think on it. And probably what I'll do after I get that brake replaced, get that tire back on, I'll start the truck up, let y'all hear it, see how it does, all that, show you the engine. This is just kind of introducing the truck a little bit, just making a filler video, really, because I haven't rode the four-wheeler a whole lot in like a month or so, so just kind of giving y'all something to watch, and if the video does well, I'll continue the whole little project with it. So for anybody that's not used to these kind of brakes, that you open it and it looks like that, it's just a straight shot through there. It's a pin that looks like this. All you do, take you a flathead, put it on one side of it, just bait it through with a hammer. Just hit this side a few times, hit that side a few times. Eventually it comes out, and you get it in the same way. You just set it up in there. Once you have it in line, tap it, and it'll go in there. So you take those pins out, and then you just kind of work it around. I'm kind of suspicious of this caliper. I don't think it's actually working right. I may end up replacing it. We got a new line on it and everything, but typically with these trucks, you normally got to beat these things off of there. And this one, I quite literally just pull it off of there. And the whole grinding thing, these brakes are good brakes. I'll show you what the other side had looked like. Set the phone down for a second. So to kind of compare, this is what a bad set looks like. These are wore out. Now, see how wore down that one is compared to that? That's a good brake. Still, here's actually the new one. So that one's pretty new brake. Not this one, this one. So I don't think this thing's actually working like it should. It's getting fluid and everything. We've got a new line on there, so probably just have to rebuild or replace this one, because typically you got to take a C-clamp and you push that in right there, to be able to get them back on here, but I've got a good feeling I'm gonna be able to just put it on there without having to do that, and you should not be able to do that. Okay, so your outermost brake just sets into the grooves of the caliper, and then your inner brake goes into grooves on the back. And typically you have to have this pressed all the way in to be able to get it on there, and this is exactly how it came off. I drove the truck today, so I should be having to push this in with a C-clamp, but pretty sure I'm not gonna have to. I'm gonna try it real quick and I'll pick up the camera. Okay, turns out I will need a C-clamp. I don't know if this brake is just because of a different setup or what, but I mean, that one is still pretty thick, and I was able to get it to come off without any struggle. So maybe it's still good, but it's very finicky. So we'll get a C-clamp on that and we'll get this on and we'll pick back up. Okay, I got that pushed in, have the brakes on there, got it pretty well lined up through there. Down on the bottom needs to be out just a little. We can adjust that as we put the pins in. So just take your pins, put it like that, then give it just 2 small taps, and if you got it in the right spot, it should just go in, and then you just tap it in. You do the same on the bottom. Now that you got them both started, let's get them good and in there to where on both sides you've got a little bit sticking out. This bottom one I'll have to do a little bit more. We've got some on this side and some on that side. So brakes are good. I'm gonna slap this tire back on, and that's gonna be all of the video for now. Here soon I'll get all this cleaned up once I can afford another shock for this side. And then soon we'll be putting these on here. I've got to wait on the other 2. I've only got 2 for now. We're going to put those on there and get new tires. Have this cleaned up. Have that cable checked out for the transmission that I mentioned. And then we've got an oil leak somewhere that I'm going to have to find and fix. Alright, this is going to be the end of the video. I'm going to get all this crap cleaned up. Okay, we have that tire back on. I know I said I was going to end the video, but I forgot that I also said I was going to do a startup on the truck, so y'all could hear it. And I was going to show you the motor. So, I'll do that really quick. So, here's the interior on the truck. Here's the door panel. Here's your dash. All that good stuff. There's your cup holder. Four-wheel drive. Radio, air, all that. These knobs are missing, but that's your lights. Down here's your bright lights. Your wipers. Got brutal glass back on it now. Sounds alright. I'm not a fan. I want more of a rumble instead of a pop. And I plan on changing on the Flowmaster 40 series. I'm gonna do both of them. Have them come out the same place. if not, right here in front of the tire. But yeah, truck starts up pretty good, runs pretty good. Also, I almost forgot we replaced the temperature sending unit. Now this motor's old, it's not been taken care of, but it's not in the worst shape. It's got some leaks, as any older vehicle will. Overall, she ain't too bad. So, that's going to be the actual ending of the video now. Just because I forgot to do that. And earlier I said I would, so. We'll cut it off. I'll go in and upload this. And I'll pick up the camera as I do more.